Hi, welcome back. Kaylied Gamer here again. Live streaming a few retro games. Okay, games this time. Probably shooters tonight. Something a bit different. Actually using the old main flash arcade stick as well. It's got a nice auto fire on there. least you got a nice auto fire option with that. Yeah. Just to tend to make the old shooters a little bit easier with the auto fire option. Less of a chore mashing that fire button. Obviously, it's debatable. Oh, it's up. Really? Nah, no worries, mate. Say if you want to stream some, stream some, mate. I was going to start this about an hour ago, and then I was like doing an hour and faffing around. So yeah. Play a few vert shooters. Well, not just verts, probably some horizontal ones as well. Got to change the aspect ratio for the different shooters. So. Yep, playing it with the big chunky Mayflash arcade stick. The old clickety clack stick. It's really noisy. Played this shooter a few times the past couple of years. Not loads, but it's quite enjoyable. First time I played it, I thought the graphics were maybe a little bit, bland even. You say bland. This is like a CPS colour palette they use. It's a slightly pastel-y sort of look to it, some of the colours. I don't think it ever got an ARM port actually. I'm pretty sure 19XX never actually got one. Unless it's on one of these Capcom compilations that I don't know of. A lot of strobing effects there. Pew pew pew. Alright, John Zoney. Sorry mate, I see you commenting there. Pew pew, yeah, bit of a shooter tonight, bit of a shooter evening maybe. Got it set up in the old tartane mode. But I've also got like flip the scene selections as well, so you can look at them in Yoko as well if you do decide to play some Yoko shooters or stuff. It's just a bit of a mix, probably shooters. It, might be a bit of anything depending on how the mood takes me and how long I fancy streaming for. So. Yeah, it is. I think obviously it's that hardware, isn't it? This shooter. It has got that sort of sound to it, hasn't it? That sound chip was in the CPS. Pretty sure. No idea. You sure it's the same hardware? Obviously, the same sound chip. That Yamaha sound chip in it. It's got the same sound. Can actually hear the game audio, to be honest. Don't sound that loud through this earphone socket I'm using. Really just doing the old Xbox recapping myself. Was planning on doing a bit of painting today, carry on my decorating, but put that on hold till Monday, I think. Weather's been too nice for that. Spent a bit of time out in the garden today. It's quite nice. A bit of sunshine, rather nice. Nice and tranquil out there. Just the sound of the birds. Got a neighbour. Doing a bit of mowing. Yeah. Oh, well done. Straight into the bloody gun turret then. It's got to be beast, isn't it, this for a boss? Oh yeah. You're on the mowing. Yeah, I think so. The CPS 2 or CPS 1. I ain't sure. Probably CPS 2. I would have thought. Don't know what the age is on the title screen. I don't know the age of the game. Probably is CPS 2. I would have thought. Knee deep in an Xbox recapping. Oh. Yep. Can you loop the loops in this? I ain't sure. I don't think you can. I don't think it's one of these loop the loop ones. It's mainly smart bombs as far as I'm aware. It's like the traditional 1940s in it, the 1943 crime, 1941 and 2 and stuff in it. With that loop the loop move and when you drop your smart bomb generally. Oh, we'll have another go at this. Dun, dun. Probably just spend like 10 minutes on each game. I ain't gonna be like doing playthroughs on them. I ain't even continuing to complete them. So probably a bit of this and stuff like Battle Back Raid and stuff. And, you know, might move on to stuff like Pro Gear or something after. Or some completely different, so just as some mood takes. I just fancy playing a few shooting games, to be honest. So what? I was thinking of doing a stream and sort of two birds with one in it. So. Looking at the chat, it's never a good move when you're playing shoot 'em up. Definitely better pausing it again. Yeah, that's the problem with shooters. I think if you're doing them on the live chats, that can be a little bit, so I'll say like antisocial, because you really got to concentrate on the screen, ain't you? SNES game. Don't know, I've really got many SNES games to be honest. Well, I've got Super Famicom, I ain't got SNES games. Have you got Super Contra? Contra Spirits, whatever it's called. I think I've only got about 15 Super Famicom games now. Just the ones I like, stuff like Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Contra, and the like. You know, and the odd quirky one like like Q*bert and stuff. Yeah, your 88's good as well, or UN Squadron. But as for like the run-of-the-mill, non-arcadey style games, I think there's probably only Q*bert in my collection. You could probably class as sort of like quirky, offbeat, non-arcade style. Definitely no sort of licensed platform shooters or anything like that in my Super Famicom collection. Not I've got anything against them, it's just they don't really do anything for me. It's like Q*bert 3. I like that because it's a nostalgia thing again, because I remember only back in the day. To be fair, there ain't a load of Super Nintendo games that I've really got lots of nostalgia for. As ones that I first bought the system, stuff like Super Mario World and like Super R-Type and stuff, and Darius Twin and that. Final Fight, F-Zero. But the majority of Super Nintendo stuff I really have got no connection to at all. Oh, Street Fighter obviously, Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2. Oh, Mario Kart as well. Obviously, but a lot of major Super Nintendo titles. I really got loads of nostalgia for, to be honest, because I sort of dipped in and out of having the Super Nintendo. I never had a really giant Super Nintendo collection, or Super Famicom, whichever you want to call it. So mainly sort of like Street Fighter, wasn't it? Street Fighter 2. That was what got me back into Super Nintendo. Oh, I need a smartphone, come on. Jokey. Yeah. Street Fighter Turbo. Yeah, very nice. Oh, decent version. Decent version on the Super Famicom anyway, Super Nintendo. SNES one's a bit slow, and the PAL one. A bit slow and bordered. Sort of why I got rid of my Super Nintendo. That's why I traded my brother, because I just couldn't stick that bordered 50Hz. Not after having the Super Famicom. I'll have another go at this. Yeah, gotta get a Super Famicom really, yeah. Or you gotta have it switched to play at speed. The old, I've got the Japanese version of Street Fighter 2 as well. Or is this Street Fighter 2 Turbo, innit? Car, I'll be having that 50Hz. some nice Capcom collections on the Saturn and PlayStation as well. The Generations collections, and they're really good. Again, some really good Capcom games, weren't there, on the PlayStation and the Saturn? They were really, you know, they're really close to the arcade, aren't they? With that gen. So just like the Street Fighter Alphas and stuff, and you know, Street Fighter collections and that. You know, more so than the 16-bit versions. Much as I like some of the 16-bit games, obviously. Obviously the hardware limited them a bit, didn't it, really? The old 16-bit. Yeah, I think I paid, I don't know, was it about 60 or 70 quid for, I don't know, it might have been a little bit more than that. It might have been about 80 quid for a box Super Famicom. 2 controllers, a couple of games, and that Super Famicom briefcase thing, whatever it's called, travel case, which I've still got. Got all the instructions and stuff, and the palette and the styrene and that. Really, really good condition. It was a UK seller though, so obviously paid the price for it at some point in the past, I would have thought. It didn't come with a great number of games. I think there was some, like 3 games. I think it was. One of them was like, ISS, whatever it was, International Superstar Soccer, whatever they want to call it, on the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom. Yeah, the selection of games it was in with it was a bit naff, but obviously I wanted it for the box system and that the carry case as well, which is really expensive on its own. If you want to import that carry case, really nice. Probably got on one of my collection videos on the channel somewhere. Pretty sure I have. So I've still got that Famicom that I bought then. Box one, really nice actually. I really got a lot of discoloration on it. Yeah, they all tend to go a little bit tanned over time, don't they? That dodgy plastic that they used. Same with the cartridges. Some of the shells on the cartridges are terrible, aren't they? Problem with the light colour plastics, the same with the Dreamcast on it. Not so much with the tanning, but and again the GameCube. Now I've got a black PAL GameCube, which has got obviously it's got that grey front with the controller ports going, and that's started to tan now slightly. You can tell it's starting to discolour now. Not major. It ain't like, you know, major, but it's definitely discoloured now. You can see. But as long as it's working, I ain't bothered. There's not much chance on this, do you, without a small bomb? Really quite unforgiving. Hey there, Jay. All right, mate? Playing a few arcade games, arcade ports. Anyway, tactic ports. I know these are the arcade versions running through RetroArch. Yeah, I'm all good. You doing good? Very good. Yes. Nice and warm today. Very warm. Very warm out. It's very warm in as well. It's quite warm in this room. Fan on, but they seem to be doing too much. He's saved on the old eating. Oh, yes. Always a plus. Saved on the old central eating. Not very friendly, is he? See, as if he ain't bad enough with this guy here, he has to send in some tanks. Tanks on parachutes. Groovy. All good. Oh, you got the unboxed one. Yeah, it's like the unboxed ones you can get. It's like that Dreamcaster I got unboxed, super cheap. It was like it's only about 30 quid from Japan. Obviously, you get like the canny sellers over here. They try to sell them on, put a bit of extra cash on the price, so they ramp the prices up over here when they get them. Yeah. Eating's off. Well, as was on the other night, to be fair. It went cold the other night. But you're going to be putting it on now. I mean, we won't put it on today. Yeah, it's probably going to be off now for a couple of days, I would have thought. But it's a bit of a... What would you say? Bit of a hot spell. Go on, it's nearly half an hour playing that game. We'll play something else. Bear with us. Well, that went a bit tits up, didn't it? That's supposed to have been changed over to one view and another. Hold on a sec. There we go. There we go. Bear with us. It's going to take some practice. Really? What's Soul Calibur? Soul Calibur, I'll take it as you mean there. Couldn't be loaded from the playlist, naughty. 10 on there, is it? 10 on that. 10 on that memory card, I don't think. Oh, controls ain't set up. Nightmare. Nightmare. Oh, I've been using this thing for a while and it's getting my head back round it again now. Hopefully the controls are set up on this one. Soul Calibur one. Don't think I've ever played the coin-op version of that. So we get some movement. Yes. There's the punch, there's the kick, there's the jump. There's the elbows. That's more like it. You need to use your elbows in this game. Yeah, unfortunately I must have swapped some of the ROMs over on the different memory cards as well. Well, I should say memory cards on the USB sticks, I would have thought. That's probably why. And previously while working. Which I'm probably going to play Final Fight. Put on there. Nah, it's like a frame drops. It's literally slow down. Pretty much like the old the coin-op itself. It's got the slow down. It's what I'm used to seeing that with the coin-op. I'm used to seeing the slow down in the coin-op. It was just part of the game, and it's just the way it was. I do like a Mega Drive version. It tends to get rid of some of the slowdown, but it's still it's the same as a coin-op, is it? It had that slowdown, didn't it? You had to sort of, you know, balance the gameplay with the slowdown. Sort of helps you a little bit as well, and getting overwhelmed. So. Really like the PCB. This Shinobi Outrun. Really like them PCBs. Great. So then stuff them in the old super gun. Obviously Outrun struggled just playing it from a super gun. But, this Shinobi, you know, traditional style jammer stuff. You know, I love the original PCBs of these. Ultimate Tiger as well, it's another one I'd like. Or Twin Cobra, it's called in the West. Man. Yeah, really don't want to be just punching this guy. Trading blows with him here. Club along here. Gotta stay down there. Come on. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be doing that. You. Get up there. It's brutal, this game. Love it though. That's it, get up there. Hear that? Okay, stick clacking away. Come on. Got it on PlayStation as well. Got Double Dragon, I bought it for PlayStation 4. It's one of the few downloads I downloaded on PlayStation 4. So with that and Ninja Warriors, I think it's the only 2 games I've ever downloaded off PlayStation Store. And I've got the money to download like some, just got one of them credit things, you know, the cards, the scratch card things, whatever you get, you know, prepaid card, whatever it is for PlayStation Store. And I bought it purely just to download Ninja Warriors, and I've got some money left over on it, and I thought, oh, I'll just get Double Dragon, which is alright. It's on the PlayStation, so what it is. Obviously, only a mug could connect their bank details up to PlayStation Network or Xbox Network. You definitely got to go with the prepaid method. Yeah, this is no, it's a classic. This is, it's, you know, Slow Down City, obviously, like a lot of coin-ops of this era. They're really sort of trying to push the hardware beyond its limits, weren't they? With what they could get out of it. You know, keep the costs down as well. Obviously, I did hear that the developers had planned to use a faster processor in the PCB when they were developing it. Come on, man, come on, give us a break. Bloody more for more. It's like Robin Williams, isn't he, that green guy? No, RIP. For Obviously keeping the cost down, it's all cost effective, it's the same as now, isn't it? They're always trying to push the envelope in, our developers anyway. Never happy with the hardware, what they can do with it, always trying to push it to the next level. Come on, have a Glasgow kiss. Come on. Really? Could you? Don't know if you can do that with the super gun. Probably good with some sort of Chinese super gun style, CMBS style super gun job thing. Probably I've got options of USB ports and stuff on them, but the super gun I've got is just purely like Neo Geo style. Or it's got, you can have any buttons wired up to it. It's got the full connectivity on the little super gun. The last little super gun that I bought, one previously was just Neo Geo compatible, but the last super gun, the latest super gun that I bought, it's a mini one, but it's got all the connectivity for every player 1, player 2, plus the credits and stuff, and it's got, you know, the little connectors on there. Oh, he's gonna get the L back. Tell you something, it's a bit warm for recapping the bloody Xbox. Wouldn't want to be messing with soldering iron on a day like today. Game Boy Double Dragon on the Super Game Boy. Nice. Oh, we'll have another go with this. APS and K-Boy, how are you? A bit of a random stream tonight, bit of this and that, some Tate, some Yoko, a bit of arcade-esque stuff mainly, I think. Not console stuff tonight. Next one, I might do some Saturn again on my next stream. Fancy a break from the norm. Bring in a few magic credits and the old magic money. What I will do to play some of the other Capcom stuff, you know, like the Final Fight and that, I'll probably change the SD card over, because this one's mainly set up for certain types of coin ops that run better with these settings, stuff like, you know, these Double Dragon and the vert shooters. I'll play a few vert shooters tonight. Something's really warm today. I'm surprised how warm it is. I thought it was warm the other evening, but always remember seeing this as, you know, as a teenager. It's everywhere, wasn't it? Double Dragon. The music, just the music used to draw you in, didn't it? A bit like Altered Beast, actually. Remember, if you ever seen Altered Beast going off, it's always that the attract mode on it sounds, the you know, the beasts crying out, you know, like the wolf howl and whatever, and that always used to draw you in. The attract mode with the moving eye and stuff. Same as Shinobi, wasn't he? Let's go here. We're off. Wait, you can kick him harder. Come on. Hello. Look at that. Come here. Give me a bag, puss. See that cat? How big that cat is? It's ginormous, isn't it? Oh yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? House of the Dead. It's where to keep the monster though. It's a ginormous cabin, isn't it? Where would you keep that? It's massive, isn't it? Oh look. No. You could probably fit about 5 or 6 of them in your garage, couldn't you, if you got a garage, but not a lot else. Yeah, they was practically giving them away, weren't they? Shame, really. Well, good for some folk. It's the sort of thing you want to get too heavily into. You know, nice to have like 1 or 2 cabs, maybe. You know, like stand-ups. But to get into that whole collecting cabinets is like, it's alright if you got, you know, giant lock-up somewhere or a warehouse, or you know, so there's a few collectors like live in Australia and stuff. Obviously, I've got a lot of storage space and keep that stuff, you know, kind of sort of thing. For me, well, probably shove stuff around and stick a cabinet, but again, but I don't really want to. Just, you do tend to forget how uncomfortable it is standing at a cabinet playing it, or sitting on a stool. I think Tuna's mentioned this as well when he's been playing his cabinet. You know, you'd want one of the sit-down ones, wouldn't you? Like them Sega Versus ones, or the Capcom Versus ones over there. I had the same. I've got a stool where you could sit and play on that cabinet, and it's like it becomes a little bit uncomfortable. Again, numb ass. You naughty boy. Get rid of that. Near Mork. Icy Elba. Yeah, without a stool or a seat, yeah. But again, no, if you sit on a stool, it's a weird posture in it. You gotta be sort of bodyguard's gotta be used to it. See, the job I was in at the time, well, we're not. Yeah, we're not. I was doing a lot of standing up anyway, so in that job, if I remember right. It was about 2003, yeah. The job out then, I was doing a lot of walking around standing up all day, so it wasn't so bad. for later on, sort of change jobs and I spent more time based in office. It's, you feel it if you're standing up. I would say even sitting on stool, it's as comfortable as sitting on your sofa or whatever. So definitely a sofa game player now. It's all about the comfort. It's all about the comfort. Screw anything else. All the elbows out. Yeah, I think could probably fit a bank of 3 or 4 in here, but you know, if I wanted. But it's like, don't give you room for anything else, does it? Really, it's just, it's impractical. It's nice to have one. If you want one, are you really into putting up stuff? Have one, you know, or 2. But to have a bank of them, I don't really see the play on myself. But it's each to their own. Each to their own. You know, the smaller ones, the chip shop style ones, ain't so bad, aren't they? But giant ones, yeah, exactly. It's one of the reasons why you won't buy a giant cab like that. I mean, I love the Ninja Warriors coin op. That sort of Mach 3 screen cab, brilliant with a massive wide screen. Obviously, it's got them mirrored screens, a bit like Darius. Give the illusion of like super wide screen. You know, they're brilliant. That was a brilliant cabinet. You know, that'd be like probably a holy grail cabinet for me. I'd love that because I like that game. The music's absolutely superb when that game was on Ninja Warriors. But I've never owned one. You know, not unless you know somehow came into millions and. You know, you've got the storage space, I suppose. But then again, what? Don't know. Would I really want to be standing at it playing at it? I probably wouldn't. Which is nice, you know. It's a nice thing to play, if not for a long period of time. You know what I mean? On a cabinet, they are cool. And they're collectible. Obviously, you've got to sort of condition yourself to be sat at them for a long period of time, or stood at them for a long period of time. Upright driving games get me. They're sort of like a strange how do you do it now, because you've got to sort of perch yourself over the wheel while, you know, feet on the accelerator or brake or whatever now. It's like the upright outrun. Don't really work, does it, compared to the sit down versions? Don't work, does it, the upright outrun? It's like these one-ups as well. Yeah, I can see the appeal in them, but I just don't get it. You might as well just build your own. If you're gonna buy a one-up, you might as well just build your own. Drain the water, always do it. Yes. Exactly, Ninja Warriors cab, massive, giant. Just trying to picture it now, massive. Like the front end of a tank. Yeah, put somewhere else on. I might go back to vertical mode. Yeah, it's the upright racing game cabinets. I still think they work, do they? It's a nice idea, but sort of like fit them in pubs and stuff, don't they? But it's got to be a sit-down cabinet for a racing game, I think, or dedicated cabinets anyway. The jumps in Double Dragon always annoyed you. Yeah. Yeah, the jumps over the bridge and stuff. Yeah, they're a bit annoying. Like there's one off a cliff as well, isn't there? Like with the boulder guys as well. That can be a bit annoying. Oh. I usually do, or I remember playing this not so long back. I think it was on one of the live streams, and I made the jump the first time. Probably in ages. And I was, to be fair, I was shocked. I was like, my god, surprised I did that. But yeah, right. You can get this on the Saturn as well. I've never played the Saturn version. It's really expensive. I've only ever played this through emulation. Never seen a coin up. A lot of the versus games are sit downs, aren't they? Like these Capcom ones. It's loading. Turn that down again. The tail plan shooters are quite loud. Yeah, they're really loud. The tail plan shooters. It's weird sound. Really, you got this for the Saturn. It's quite expensive, isn't it, this one? The auto fire on. I've only got a few shooters on the Saturn. I've got like traditional style shooters anyway. Darius Gaiden. Lay section. Think of any other traditional style shooters I've got for Saturn. Oh, obviously Parodius collection, Radius collection. I do like about the Saturn conversions of a lot of these shooters. They've got the Tate option, haven't they? Or the Tate option. So you can actually play them in the correct aspect ratio. Flip the telly on its side, or old school on it. Then you can get them on the repro discs now, Kaylied, if you've got one of these cracked memory cards as well. Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, the old school cabinets was mainly just basic stand-ups, aren't they? Just like Jammer-esque and the Atari stuff. Still got sort of like a weird, almost Raiden-esque feel to it, this game. Tend to prefer like the rising shooters over the cave ones, in all fairness. But this one ain't. Well, the track what's cave tail black. But this one is quite nice. This one is really. It ain't too anime-esque, if you know what I mean. It ain't too anime. I'm frustrated when they're over the top of the old anime stuff. A bit cheesy. Again, you can see this is sort of like the beginnings of like cave shooter era with the sort of like the bullet hell stuff in it, you know. But obviously it's moving faster than a bullet hell. Yeah, that dodgy Saturn cartridge has been cracked. Yeah. You can flash your action replay card and do something with it to enable your Saturn to reach its full potential. Let's say, well, I just run normal Saturn discs on it. My Saturn may been hacked, cracked, or crack waxed in any way, shape, or form. Go on, look at this guy. Iceman. Ice baby. That's what this guy's got to do. See what he's got to bring to the table. Right, Iceman, what are you bringing to the table? I hope you've got skills. I hope you've got skills to make it through the level, Mr. Iceman. The tinkle inkle into the tinkle tinkle tankle music, the tingle tingle ingle. It's made by the same people in it, Truxton. Toll Clan. It sort of went all sci-fi anime style, didn't they? It went like cave mainly. Truxton by Telpa. Truxton 2 is the sequel in it really. That's a good game, difficult, tough game. All very similar, aren't they, the tail plan shooters? Very much like the cave shooters, they're all pretty similar, aren't they? You know, if you wanted to get a Truxton tail plan shooting collection, you could probably, if you picked up 8, yeah, you pretty much done. I think you wouldn't need any more, would you? You wouldn't need all the obscure ones, because I don't really think they add too much to that. They're all similar sort of gameplay, you know, which is good. They do play nice. Well, actually they don't play nice. They play naughty, if you know what I mean. They can be quite tough. But yeah, they play well. They're nice to play. You know, they're a bit unforgiving at times. Oh, fuck's sake! Not German. Way too many bullets. Way too many bullets, look. Just way too many bullets. It's a credit fest, isn't it? Credit fest. It's a credit fest. I'm all winning, I'm all bollocks. As they say in the Midlands. Try again. Yeah, exactly. You'll laugh. So it's quite a delay on the stream tonight. It's a fair few seconds delay on that stream, so bear with me if you put any comments on there. I bet there's got to be 10-second delay. Yeah, very funny. Iceman, he was very good, is he? Let's try Beltiana. Quite subdued, wasn't he? Okay. Are you winning? No. Let's see what Beltiana brings to the table. What sort of skill she has. I like her frazzly laser. Anyway. It's rather funky. Okay. Oh, bollocks. Yes. Got a bit of extra frazzle on the lasers. Do we have a what? Motor Raid? Motor Raid Arcade? Don't think so. Try Gatorade, I don't know about Motor Raid. I know what you want about. That's that 3D racing game. That Sega one. Gatorade or something like that, something drink. You remember this in America a few years back. Certainly different. Certainly different. I don't think they're quite what they used to be. I'm not quite arcades now, you know, coin ops. Very lightweight in there. Talking with America, when we went to Los Angeles in 2019, I managed to go pop my head in a Dave and Buster's. And it was a lot of modern hardware in there, very few coin up classics in there. Very much light gun based stuff. Yeah, you have to say, Beltiana's doing a belting job. Well, she was. No, it's all over now. Oh, it was an upgrade kit for Manx CT. Yeah, it was. It was just like a sci-fi racing game, wasn't it? I've seen it in one place actually. I've seen it years ago, and for the life of me, I don't know where it was. It could have been in Italy or somewhere really out there. Italy, Spain or Cyprus, one of them I'm sure it was. An arcade abroad. We'll try another vert shooter maybe, I don't know. Should we? Should be risky. Ugh. Actually, I don't think I will. I'm going to play something else. We're going to play horizontal. We're going to mix it up. That was the plan. Some that I usually play, because I don't fancy changing the SD card over yet, so we'll play this. Again, as it's been mentioned before, no continues on this game, which makes it tricky. It's a pity there ain't a ROM for continues. I don't think there is. Maybe there is. Free-time free play. I know, just bang the credits in. I know, you might as well put it on free play, yeah. You won't go anywhere.
Round one.
Yeah.
The time bomb is set.
So you got the auto fire kicked in anyway. Save my finger. Save the clacking, or do you miss if you want more clacking? To cut down on the clacking. needs more clack. Clickety clack. Don't look back. Keep on running. Save those hostages. Those space sausages. To rescue. Almost there.
Go to the
This
exit.
is the oh, you tosser. Got this on the Master System, a much simplified version. Always avoided the Wii version and the, you know, the dodgy remasters or remakes of these. Most of these Sega arcades. I think, you know, people like the Outrun remaster, don't they, as well? I first or Space Area one. But that Alien Syndrome one, no, it's no good. Yes, the time bomb was set.
Round 2. The time bomb is set.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm not German. Only ramps up the difficulty level, don't you, on the second level? Especially if you're careless. Like that.
Round 1.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, wasn't it? With the Mega Drive not getting ports of this or Shinobi. I really expected this to get a port. I don't know how to give the excuse to saying it was like, I think it was games that got a release on the Master System. They didn't like re-releasing them again, did they? I don't think they wanted to re-release Outrun, did they? On the Mega Drive either. I think because it had a Master System port. I don't think they liked the idea of releasing them on both systems, unless obviously it was later on. Because if you think about it, Alter Beast and Golden Axe got Master System releases, didn't they? But they were released along with or after the Mega Drive versions. But just, you know, Mega Drive could have handled a pretty decent version of this, if not arcade perfect. It would have been pretty good. Instead you had the likes of like Crackdown and that. Now I ain't a big Crackdown fan. I'm so fussed on Crackdown.
Go to the exit.
Try not to get screwed over now before I get to the exit. There we go. I wonder if they actually paid Sega for that name, Crackdown, because it got released on the Xbox after, didn't it, Crackdown? Obviously, completely different game, but obviously who owned the rights to that name? Yeah,
Round
I think
2.
this is on easier difficulty level,
The
to be
time
honest.
bomb is
It is
set.
set on the harder difficulty levels when I'm playing this on now. It's, and yet it's still difficult enough, you know what I mean? Especially when you're careless. It's just so random when the aliens spit at you, it's hard to predict it. You know, it's all part of the experience, I suppose. For you need to wipe out the generators, do you? Of sorts. It's like the gauntlet generator in it that the aliens pop out of. Wipe them out, stand a chance. Otherwise, you just keep regenerating. It's the fact that they spit at you, just like well random. Just go sort of wipe them out as soon as you see them. Definitely a tough one to play if you ain't got an auto fire arcade stick or joystick or pad or whatever. It's really mad game. So we've got 4 to collect. There's one up here. There's a map there. Just have a look. Yeah. Up here. Three along here. Definitely makes your life a bit easier, doesn't it, when you can just, well, kind of easier. Kind of easier. It's a nightmare.
Go to the exit.
God, this is a nightmare as well, this boss. Panics you this game. Panics you. I like it, but it does panic you into losing your lives.
Round 1. The time bomb is set.
Giant amount of enemies on the screen as well. Times it's sort of overwhelming, don't they? Getting classic Sega though. The Master System one's super simplified though, compared to the arcade. Push scrolling, I think we're disappointed in most of the Master System one. I mean, the sprites themselves ain't too bad, in a 8-bit kind of way. No offence meant by, being 8-bit, but like, just push scrolling, I think did it for me.
Go
Push
to the
scrolling.
exit.
I don't really want to get rid of that, do I? Don't want them bubble things. Need to get another weapon up here with a bit more oomph, I was gonna say. Yeah. How many lives can we just pointlessly lose? Blowing the old magic arcade money. Invisi creds.
Round 2. The time bomb is set.
Better. Turn of the clock. Clock is back. Last thing you want when you're playing this game is an itchy eyelid. Come here, broth. For the gobbers. And we got left 3, yeah. There's one down there, isn't there? There's one down here, if I'm right. There's one there and there's 2 across the top, isn't there? 2 across here. There's one. There's the other.
Go to the exit.
Easier said than done, mate. Yeah, stand a chance with this weapon, maybe. This sort of multiply. Stand much chance here. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yes. That's more like it. No, I don't think Motorhead did get a console port.
The time bomb is set.
So I don't think it was really that popular, was it? It was one of the, probably one of the lesser Sega teams. It was probably AM3 or something, wasn't it? Tended to only release the AM2 games, didn't they? One time, and then a sort of, I think, Virtua, was it Virtual On? That was an AM1 or AM2 game, along with, you know, a few others that managed to get ARM ports, but the majority of Sega ARM ports are all AM2 games, aren't they? So that was like the main arcade team, wasn't it? AM2 Sega, like the Virtua Fighter team and stuff. Yeah, I do believe there was the team that was sort of originally founded by Yu Suzuki, like Super Scale style team, maybe. Can't remember now. My age, I need to get my details mixed up. Remember, this is a pain in the ass, especially on the mass system. And you have to go across the platforms, walkways. Nightmare. Aye, aye. Aye, aye. Need to get yourself out of here, look, otherwise. Louis? Oh, you evil swine. I'm annoying. Oh. Wow. Have I got the Master System adapter for the Mega Drive now? Have I ever owned it? No. A friend of mine used to own it. My cousin owned it as well at one time as well, the Master System adapter. By the time I got a Mega Drive, I'd sort of moved on from the Master System. I just sort of dumped all the Master System stuff when I got a Mega Drive. If I do remember right, I think I sold all my Master System stuff to get some Mega Drive games. So I moved away from the Master System onto the Japanese Mega Drive. So, but hold on a sec, bear with us. It's got an interesting piece of equipment though in it, hardware, the Master System converter for the Mega Drive. But again, no, a friend of mine had it, cousin had it as well, back in the day. But it was sort of like a strange add-on, really, wasn't it, for the Mega Drive? Yeah, the bosses are definitely a pain in the ass on Alien Syndrome. Right. Play this one now. This is one I don't really get a lot of play time anyway. And I quite like this game. Do prefer the arcade version much more than the Mega Drive conversion. Mega Drive conversion's alright. It's pretty simplistic though. But again, it's Dangerous Seed. Was converted by Namco for the or was it Namcot, which was the like the software version of Namco, if I remember right. They used to call it Namcot. Dangerous Seed. Yeah, well that's it. It's I think everyone used to trade in at one time, didn't they? One used to the old trade-ins, trade up. The next best newest system. A really strange art style in this game. It's quite simplistic anyway, and I think the Mega Drive version just pushes that a little bit too far. It makes the graphics even more simplistic. It made it feel not really like arcade quality. You know, obviously, not every game that was released on the Mega Drive was a coin-op conversion or whatever. Especially some of the shooters, they were unique for the Mega Drive. You know, stuff like Gary's and stuff, things like that. They were, you know, obviously, they're Mega Drive exclusives, aren't they? Veritex as well. But this was a coin-op, and the graphics quite scaled back, in my opinion, on the Mega Drive version of this. Music's nice on the Mega Drive, possibly better than the coin-op, but the graphics itself, not as good. It's got a slightly different gameplay mechanic as well. Nicely played. And it's insta-death. The bane of every shooter. See, you start the insta-death run. We'll pass entering the initials there. Escape from the tube. Yeah, play your Mega Drive for the last time. It's going in the trading. Yeah, probably right up to the 360 maybe. Purchasing the 360, I was trading stuff in. I traded some GameCube stuff and things like that in when I got a 360. Quite a large GameCube game collection at the time. I say sort of always held the value, haven't they, Nintendo games? Probably only kept about 20 games. Probably traded in about 30, I would have thought. Towards the 360 when 360 first came out. Yeah, I've only got the one Master System. I've got the original Master System, the Power Base, the Mark 1. Yeah. I ain't got many Master System games again, probably about 15, probably about the same as I've got on Super Nintendo, or Super Famicom I should say, not Super Nintendo. Power Base. I've bought 2 over the past few years. The first one I bought was a bit tatty. Second one was in nicer condition. First one, I've got the got a faulty reset switch as well, which I replaced before I sold it, and but the case was really battered on it. Yeah, the second one, that one's much better condition, so I kept that one. Pads are a nightmare with a Master System, trying to get decent used game pads, because obviously you can use a Mega Drive game pads on a Master System, but they ain't always compatible, aren't they, with every game. You've got to be shitting me. Yeah, it's alright. I quite like it, but it can be quite tricky. Especially when the difficulty's probably ramped up on this. It's one of them you've got to sort of concentrate on. I do prefer Gallagher 88 or Gallagher 90, to be fair, Have a Dangerous Seed as a Namco shooter. It's alright, it ain't great, it's okay. It's serviceable. Yeah, it's good if you can pick them up. If you can pick up a lot of Master System games, cheap. That was the way. A lot of great Master System games, to be fair. Not graphically, but just playability wise. What have I got? I've got Kung Fu Kid, Wonder Boy, Spy vs Spy, Alien Syndrome, obviously, Ken Sidon, Operation Wolf. I ain't supposed on the Operation Wolf. I got it for the light gun. Really, it was packed in with a light gun when I bought it. Got the Ninja. Can't see the others because I got glitter on there. Action Fighter, Choplifter, Enduro Racer, Ghost House, Quartet, Secret Command, Zillion, My Hero, Astro Warrior, Pickpot, I think. Or was it Astro Warrior and Angon? Astro Warrior and Angon, I think. Yeah. Close this down. Play something else. You got the Master System adapter on the Game Gear, Johns. Oh, really? Was that an official one? Or was that one of these AliExpress specials? Master System adapter for the Game Gear. They have another, did you? Right, let's pick another one. Well, we're at it because we're blasting through these. Up at 1943 Kyle. Nice conversion of this on PC Engine, real nice. Quite a pricey U card now as well. Like most of the U cards, pretty pricey. Just kept hold of the ones that I like. Bought it when the Game Gear was out originally. Oh well, that's probably a good move because that's probably quite rare to get hold of, isn't it? Never really was into the Game Gear, but my mate had a Game Gear. I think one of my cousins had a Game Gear as well. See, I was a bit spoilt, I think, because I went and bought a bloody Turbo Express. So I had the PC Engine portable at the time. So I was going to say, to a smart bomb on this game. The loop, the smart bomb. Sega Nomad. Yeah. I would have got a Nomad maybe if it was as easy to get hold of. The Turbo Express was easier to get hold of than a Nomad. I think the Nomad came out a little bit later, but the Turbo Express, or it was PC Engine GT, wasn't it? The Japanese version. But I had a Turbo Express. Developed an issue with the screen though, unfortunately. The screen was dead. So I ended up selling it spares repair to a guy in Italy. I think I sold it for about 35 quid or something like that. I was quite happy. At the end of the day, it was just sitting there doing nothing. Actually sold the Hue card adapter with it as well, because I got one of these. I used to call them a purple Barney, and it was a purple U card adapter for the it was for like the Turbo graphics, so you could play PC Engine games on it. It's only a small little thing. It's probably the size of a matchbox glued to a U card. You know what I mean? And just had the card slot in there. But that purple Barney, I remember selling that later on, because I kept that for years. eBay, I think I sold that for about 50 quid, just a converter. So it wasn't no good to me because I was planning on getting an American system again. So I used it for the Turbo Express and I was using it for the Turbo Duo as well when I had the Turbo Duo. But because I was, I was out of the PC Engine at the time, or while playing PC Engine, I just got rid of it, and then I'm recollecting PC Engine. I just went with the Japanese stuff, Japanese console, so it just made things easier. Again, I can't believe it's been like 10 years since I've got back into like recollecting PC Engine and Mega Drive stuff. It's gone really quick. 10 years this year since I've sort of got into YouTube as well. Next month, 10 years. Gone really quick. Big chunky of life in it, really. 10 years. This is tough, innit? Jesus. Don't remember this being that tough. My lack of communication skills. Just trying to survive longer than 30 seconds on this shooter. Yeah. That's the only problem with shooting games, I think. You need to concentrate, and it ain't necessarily the most sensible games to stream and chat, are they? Yeah, it's a definite skill. "7 years into Neo Geo." Let's say I had a Neo Geo back when. I don't know if you had one back in the 90s. I've got the auto fire on. I don't know if I've got the auto fire on. I think I have. It's expensive though, Neo Geo collecting now. So I've sort of always collected games anyway, you know, even before, you know, the YouTube thing. Just getting back into retro the last 10 years, like getting to, well, the class as retro. So I've always sort of had fairly large collections of games over the years on different systems, and you know, up until Dreamcast, I sort of possibly traded a lot of them in, you know, to upgrade. But as from Dreamcast onwards, kept the Dreamcast, and then sort of kept the consoles, traded some of the games in as I felt I didn't need them, and then right now I've still got a load of PS2 PAL games I've got to get shot off. They're just sitting there. I've got an handful of PAL games that I like. I'll probably keep about 20 or 30 of them, and then the rest can go. So there's probably got about 8 I can get shot off. Yeah, some of them probably ain't worth a lot. You know, some like your typical God of War and stuff, you know. But there is some nice games I've got on PAL, because I've got 60Hz options, stuff like, I've got that Blood Will Tell, that's nice. I mean, that's a collectible game there, but I wouldn't get rid of that, because I do like that game. I wouldn't sell that, even though you can get you know, you can get decent money for that game. But I wouldn't sell it because it is a nice game. I think I managed to get about 3/4 of the way through that game, well, on the previous gameplay of it. Which is a really, you know, it's a popular game now for PS2. I think it's because of the rarity of it. I think it was released towards the time of the 360 and the PS3 one. It's one of the later games on the PS2. So I wouldn't I'm gonna get rid of that one. Yeah, see, I've got rid of some Dreamcast games, never actually sold the system. I think I had about 70 or 80 games back in the day for the Dreamcast, and I kept about 30. Probably sold about 35, 40, something like that, 35. So. But, you know, I wasn't really using them, so I just kept the favourites, which I've still got, and then I've sort of added a few again since. Repurchased a few, obviously, because you do get seller's regret. But again, about 20 Dreamcast games and the odd bits and pieces, a few peripherals like the, I think it was Outrigger and the mouse, so I've got that, you know, that the Dreamcast mouse and stuff. Sort of sold that, and I think it was one of my light guns and stuff that might have been boxed. Fishing controller, stuff like that. Just sold them all. Chopped them in for an Xbox, original Xbox. You know, happy days at the time. And a lot of them say, when I used to get Dreamcast, I would try to get like pre-owned even back then. So there was a few traders where you could get pre-owned pre-owned Dreamcast stuff. Sorry. Because obviously some people just bought them, played them, completed them, traded them, didn't they? So there was quite a healthy second-hand market for Dreamcast stuff at one point, and especially when PlayStation 2 came out, because I think a lot of people sort of like they jumped on the PlayStation 2 import wagon, and you could get some of the import Dreamcast games super cheap. Really nice music on the PC Engine version as well. Oh, Crashio. Yeah, we've got 2 Dreamcasts now, luckily, both Japanese. Bought one as a backup. Trying to save the wear and tear on my original Japanese one. Well, is it Japanese or is it an Hong Kong version? Hong Kong one, I don't know. All I know it was made in Japan, and it runs on NTSC software, so to me it's probably to me it was Japanese region Dreamcast. So, hold on a sec, bear with us. We'll put something else on. Pain, alright, Gul, sorry mate, if you're still with us. I didn't see you in the middle of the chat there, I was miles away in 1943 land. Right, close this down. Let's close this down. Somehow ended up with the Japanese and a PAL Dreamcast. Really? To me, it's cool. At the end of the day, you've got the choice then of the multi-region stuff, and yeah, you can either play import stuff or. But then again, you can use one of these boot discs, can't you? for the majority of games. Not all games work though, do they? Not all games work with the Utopia disc. Not properly. Unless some of them are like weird coded, ain't they? They only run at 50 Hz or whatever, or let's have another look through here, see what we've got on here. If not, we'll change the SD card over and we'll play something different. Right. Fantasy Zone 2. Could not be loaded from the playlist. Okay. Why that it's ain't on there, I don't know. Maybe I've moved the folder for that one. That's annoying. Puri ruler. I've tried this, I'm sure that one's probably been removed as well. But this ain't gonna run either, is it gonna run? It does. It's gonna be different. Try. Oh, you got a PAL? Yeah, see, probably different with PAL, but because I've got a Japanese one, Japanese system, certain games won't play properly on it. Is it Rush 2048 or 2047? Yeah, it's a Japanese system. See, ones are coded that only run in 60. Sorry, in 50 or whatever. They won't work with it. It's only a certain few though. No idea if this is actually like a bootleg. I've never heard of Vampire Savior 2. But I've got an action replay. I've got that Exploder disc as well, which is like, I think that's like the Codebreaker one, the Exploder disc in it. But with the Japanese system, there's a couple of games, and one of them definitely was incompatible. I'm sure it was Rush. It was the Rush game, Rush 2040, whatever it is, 2048 or something. Won't work on a Japanese at all. No, unless it's chipped or whatever, and it won't work with that boot disc. It's like PAL, Skies of Arcadia. It's incompatible with SCART, isn't it? If I remember right. You don't work with the SCART lead, does it? Along with the Japanese version of Street Fighter Alpha 3. Don't work with SCART. Probably, I've got a feeling it ain't VGA compatible or something. Need to turn that auto fire off. So I don't mind shooting games. They're my favourite genre of video game. I like a bit of a mix, you know what I mean? I like driving games, beat 'em up, shoot 'em ups. Probably driving games and beat 'em up games. Platform shooters probably more so than just vert and horizontal shooters. You know more than anything. Favourite genres of game. Save. Vampire Savior 2. I know it's Vampire Savior, but as for 2, I ain't sure if this is a bootleg or something. Really nice version of Vampire Savior on the Saturn as well. 4 meg car compatible. Really nice graphics as well. A nice looking game now. Playing this on, on the big screen now. It's really well drawn. Like the majority of Capcom versus games, in all fairness. Most of them are pretty epic, ain't they, really? The original Night Warriors as well, or Vampire, just Vampire Hunter was it? It's a nice game as well. Oh, let Donovan do it. Donovan's laying down a smack. Starting to get clickety clack now. Getting a bit worried. Yeah, a few weird games regarding like the video output one on the Dreamcast. You got Japanese Street Fighter Alpha 3. You've got two of one as well. San Francisco Rush, Skies of Arcadia, and then you got others that weren't VGA compatible that you thought would have been VGA compatible, like the SNK stuff. The majority of that ain't VGA compatible, which is pretty odd and unfortunate. Do you believe they released a different version of Street Fighter? Or was it? Yeah, I think it was Street Fighter, and there was a Darkstalkers collection as well on the Dreamcast. Never on that one. believe there was a like matching service versions or whatever they were called. I don't know, mainly they added online gameplay and stuff. Yeah, it definitely got more issues when you're trying to play PAL games on a Japanese Dreamcast rather than Japanese games on a PAL Dreamcast. Vampire Chronicles on the Dreamcast. I think it was Vampire Chronicles was like a collection. I think it's called the Darkstalker Chronicles on the PSP. I've got that one on the PSP. It's a nice collection of Darkstalkers games on the PSP. Got like the tower mode as well. You have to fight your way up through the tower. But yeah, I'll play something else maybe. Hold on a sec. Now I'm hoping that this SD card has been set up for the arcade stick. If not, I'm going to have to plug in the PS3 controller. No, it's set up for the PS3 controller, so I can't use the arcade stick on this one. Unfortunately, I need to reconfigure it. No. Something I meant to do the other day, I never got round to doing. You should do. You're like, oh yeah, I'll do that another time. You never do it. So, I'm going to put the old arcade clackety-clack away for now. Resort to using the PS3 control pad. So, what are we going to be playing? Oh, that for a display. Looks rather odd, doesn't it? Looks a little bit squashed, doesn't it, that? Maybe. Yeah, looks too squashed, doesn't it? Bear with us. Can do something about that. No, maybe not. Can't do that. That was a bad move. Bear with me. Let's have a look. See what we can do with this. That could be better. Slightly less squashed. I think we could get a little bit better now. Bear with us. It's better. A little bit of live tweaking. There you go. Gonna call it a night? Yeah, no worries. Have a good one. Yeah, and happy Easter to you as well, yeah. Cheers again, thanks for the chat, 8-bit. Right, we're going to be playing a bit of Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja then. Again, what it is, this memory card, or should I say SD card, whatever, the one that's running this custom firmware on, it's been set up differently, different resolution. This is actually running not in VGA, but it's actually running in 720p mode, which does suit some games better resolution wise than VGA mode. And obviously this card has been set up to run those games a lot better, so yeah, that's why this looks slightly different when I had to change over the screen aspect ratio and stuff. It's to do with the way I've got it captured. So hopefully this looks a lot cleaner now than it did earlier. So. Rampant ninja related crimes are always on the increase. So that you can see menu there for going into the main setting. You can see them for a split second. Thought I'd changed in the settings to get rid of that, but obviously not.
Got it.
Game audio is quite quiet in this here. Rectify that in a minute.
Got it.
I do like about the Retrocade, it's actually got licensed versions of these conversions, what should I say, coin-op versions. They're licensed on the Retrocade, so it's one of the few legal ways you can actually play Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. Obviously this is actually running through Lakka software like RetroArch. So, volume. This does run Dragon Ninja really nice on this hardware, especially if you get settings tweaked. The basic sort of setup,
Got it.
as it's, you know, sort of preset in the Retrocade software, is a little bit laggy. But if you're running through RetroArch, minimum amount of tweaking, no super speed. Nice, really nice.
Got it.
Obviously, it's just running RetroArch.
Got it.
Any high-base system can run these kind of coin-ops now. Timings and I like. Give some nice kicks to the head.
I'm bad.
Well, calm enough.
Got it.
Quite a big game back in the day when it's really popular as well. I used to see this in loads of places. Oh, Bad Dudes.
Got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a bit brutal, wasn't it? The difficulty of them ninjas then. I got totally mobbed by the grey ninjas. So it's painful doing it, mobbed by the grey ninjas. Start again. See that there in the background? Nam shit, look. Nam shit. Nam shit. Are you bad enough, dude?
Got it.
Oh, no, that was me. Really shouldn't have done that, look. It's the name. GUI. For some reason it's linked to freaking L3 control pad, which is not clever. Come on, you big slackhead.
I'm bad.
Stage 1 clear, go to the next stage. Oh, it's on the top of the
Got it.
world, it's... Not just bad and naughty.
Got it.
Oh yeah, clear off. Really need to pair on the Xbox this week. I haven't paired it on for about properly for about a fortnight. Xbox Live Gold due to expire as well. So I'll be renewing that some point this month. It's definitely going to expire sometime this month. To be
Got
fair, the amount of use that I use it for recently, the Xbox, especially Xbox Gold, it's seeming a bit of a waste of money. But I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. I will renew the Xbox Live Gold. Even though there's a lot of games on there now on Xbox you can play, especially the free-to-play ones. Like the, stuff like PUBG and that now is free-to-play as well. It's a Warzone and stuff. I'm sure they're free-to-play online. But yeah, I think I'm going to call that an evening anyway. Actually, I think I'm feeling rather tired, and it is 20 to 11. Stream for about 2.5 hours, so it's plenty long enough for me for this evening for retro games. Cheers again. Catch you again on another stream. Thanks for the chats. Appreciated. Peace out and a good Easter. So, adios. Catch you on another stream. Probably a Saturday one maybe next week.